Gems of wisdom I learned along the way, and the thing that almost killed me in the process. I want to talk to you today about the time that I tried to walk 3,000 miles all the way across America. Thank you, but it's okay. But way before I tried to walk across America, my story really begins with my father. My father was my biggest cheerleader in life, and he loved me more than anybody else, everybody else combined. And he used to always tell me, Mike, there's two things that are most important to me. I want you to be healthy, and I want you to be happy. Now, the healthy part, that came easy to me. But the happiness, I struggled with that. And I was kind of a shy and depressed kid, and I thought if I could get everyone to like me, then I would be happy. And so I set about trying to get everyone to like me. And let me let you guys in on a little secret. I was very successful at getting people to like me. In fact, by the time I was 22, forget about I would walk on the stages and people loved me. They would scream my name when I got on stage. I'd take my shirt off at the show and the girls would scream even louder. I'd go backstage and people would tell me how great I was, but I'd get back to the hotel at the end of the night and I'd be alone. And the happiness that my dad wanted for me, it just wasn't there. And I tried everything, self-help books and conferences and therapy and retreats and meditation, but nothing really stuck. Hand up if you've ever been there. And it wasn't like this went on for a month or 2 months or 6 months. This went on for a decade. And I got to the point where I started to imagine the world without me in it. And that version of the world started to seem better. I didn't see the point in my own life. And when the future is empty, the present is unbearable. And so, out of options, I decided to go after the happiness in one last crazy way. And that was, I decided I was going to try to walk across America, because nothing else worked. It's kind of a wild way to chase after self-actualization, but I tried all the other shit. So I made this decision. And very quickly, the people I worked with in the music industry informed me that this was both a bad and a crazy idea. They told me, dude, you can't do this. If you make it all the way across, you will not have a career waiting for you on the other side. You are committing career suicide. You cannot just stop doing concerts, stop making albums. You can't do this. And so that's when I learned the first gem of wisdom, which is not all crazy ideas are great, but all great ideas are crazy. And so I made the decision, but still I had all these negative thoughts bouncing around in my head. Some of their thoughts, right? You ever think other people's thoughts? I had their thoughts bouncing around in my head, as well as my own thoughts. Thoughts like, A, what if they're right? What if I do ruin my career? B, what if I ruin my body? I've never walked 1,000 miles before, let alone 3,000. I'm gonna try to walk 1/8 the circumference of planet Earth. C, worst of all, what if I fail? And to make matters worse, I lived in LA, but strategically, I wanted to start walking on the East Coast. And so before I walked across America, I had to drive across America. And I don't know if you guys have checked lately, but America is really freaking wide. In fact, driving across it at 70 miles per hour, I was looking out the window and it's like, this just keeps going. What am I doing? And eventually we got to the other side of the country. And on April 15th, 2019, I stood in the Atlantic Ocean and I took a step. And when I took that step, all those fears and doubts about what might happen if I chose to do this, they disappeared because I was doing it. That's when I learned the second gem of wisdom, which is step one is take one step. Oh, I walked across New Jersey, I walked across Pennsylvania, I walked across Ohio, and my body started to hurt bad. I mean, like, I could barely stand up in the morning. You ever buy one of those posters to put up on your wall, and it's been in the cardboard sleeve for so long, you spread out and it snaps back? That was my body every morning. I walked across Ohio. I walked across Indiana. I walked across Illinois. I walked across Missouri during a heat wave. I walked across Kansas. I walked into Colorado. I could just see the Rocky Mountains on the rise, and I had walked 1,797 miles since that first step when, ow! Pain shot up my left leg. And then I heard a sound that I did not want to hear. And I realized that a poisonous rattlesnake had just sunk its fangs into my left leg. I called 911 and I asked dispatch, am I gonna die? And the voice on the other end of the phone said, I don't know, sir. I spent 3 nights in the ICU. My legs swelled to the size of an elephant trunk, and I went from walking 24 miles every day to not being able to walk to the bathroom. I was discharged from the hospital with a complimentary walker and an uncertain future. But after 3 weeks, this funny thing started to happen. My legs started to get better. And so now I had a decision to make. I could either return to my old life in West Hollywood with Uber Eats and trying to get everyone to like me, or I could go back to the blistering foot pain, go back to the sweltering heat, go back to the sides of the roads where the cars almost hit me every single day. This path sucked and it hurt a lot, but it taught me gem of wisdom number 3. When it comes to things I care about, my reasons to quit are always excuses in disguise. Reasons equal excuses. Reasons equal what? Come on, guys. Reasons equal what? Reasons equal what? Reasons equal what? Let me break this down for you. I had the best reason to quit of all time. I was bit by a poisonous snake, okay, and almost lost my foot. This is the gold standard of reasons to stop doing something. In fact, this is such a good reason to quit that if I did quit, most people probably wouldn't even consider me a quitter. I might even still be on this stage, with a cool story that had a badass ending. But I wasn't doing this for most people. I don't know how to explain this to you. There was no book I could read about it. There was no magical piece of advice I could get from a friend about it. There was no podcast I could listen to about it. There was no documentary I could watch about it. There was no drug I could take. There was no one that could give it to me. I had to do it. I knew that the only way for me to become the version of myself that I was always meant to be, and to have a chance to taste the happiness my dad wanted for me so bad, was to walk the remaining 1,000 miles. So I went back to the exact spot that snake bit me, and I took a step. And I kept taking steps until I walked up and over those Rocky Mountains. And I kept taking steps until I walked across Colorado. And I kept taking steps until I walked across the Navajo Nation. And I kept taking steps until I walked across Arizona. And I kept taking steps until I walked across Nevada. And I kept taking steps until I walked across the Mojave Desert. And I kept taking steps until the Hollywood sign was on my right. I kept taking steps until the pavement turned into sand. I kept taking steps until my walk transformed into a sprint. And after 6 months and 3 days, 2,851 miles, 6.2 million steps, I dove face first in the Pacific Ocean. And when I was in that water, this funny feeling started to wash over me. Something I hadn't felt for a long, long time. That was happiness. That's when I learned gem of wisdom number 4. True happiness comes from growth. It doesn't come from getting everyone to like you. It doesn't come from $1 million or 1 million followers. It comes from playing a part in the evolution of your own soul. You are not here to manage problems. You are here to create a life that inspires you. See, some of your issues, not all of you, but some of your issues is your goals are not big enough. I said it before, when the future is empty, the present is unbearable. The real power of a true goal, what I call a soul goal, something that lights you up, something that scares you a little bit because you're not sure you can get it done. In fact, you're sure that the current version of you cannot get it done. In order to get it done, you will need to become somebody new altogether. Sometimes hard goals are easier than easy ones. We all need something like that in our future. The power of a goal like that is it can reach back from the future into the present and imbue the pain we are undergoing now with meaning. Woo. So now look at me. I got the health, I got the happiness, but I don't have my dad. 2 years before I tried to walk across America, my father was diagnosed with glioblastoma. That's a form of brain cancer. And on January 11, 2017, it killed him. And I don't want to sugarcoat a thing for you. I had the idea to walk across America way before my dad got sick. But I kept putting it off. I'd say next year, I got an album to finish, next year, I got a tour to support the last album, next year, I'm nominated for a Grammy, next year. And as a result of me saying next year, my dad never got to see me walk across America, the thing I'm most proud of, and he never got to see his son truly happy. So if gem of wisdom number one is, not all crazy ideas are great, but all great ideas are what? Great. And the second gem of wisdom is step one is take one step. Step one is take one step. Come on guys, step one is take one step. And the third gem of wisdom is reasons. Reasons are excuses. Come on guys, reasons are excuses. And the fourth gem of wisdom is happiness comes from growth. Then the fifth and final gem of wisdom is don't wait. I want you to close your eyes. Sit up in your chair. Put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Feel underneath you this heart keeps you alive. You've been given a gift of life. What are you going to do with it? Something beautiful. I think that's why you're here today. I want you to take 10 deep breaths together. In, fully in. Let it go. In, fully in. Let it go. In, fully in. Let it go. Fully in. Let it go. Charge it up. Let it go. 4 more. Let it go. 3 more. Let it go. 2 more. Let it go. 1 more. Let it go. I want you to imagine yourself a year from today. It's January 8th, 2026. Keep your eyes closed. What have you done? Who have you done it for? And most importantly, who have you become? That's it. Start to let the emotion of this version of you creep in to your body, your mind. Don't lose it. On the count of 3, it's gonna get real loud in here. In fact, go ahead, stand up. But keep this feeling of who you've become in a year. And on the count of 3, we're gonna celebrate like it's done. I don't know, I feel like I should see some more smiles on some faces. Anybody excited about the next year? I don't know, maybe I came to the wrong place. Are you guys planning on a mediocre 2026? I didn't come here for a mediocre 2026. A year from now, what have you done? Who have you done it for? And most importantly, who have you become? Start to let the feeling bubble up. On the count of 3, we're going to celebrate that version of you like he or she is here now. How good does it feel? I want to hear this place go on fire. 1. Start to let it build. 2 is getting stronger. 3, celebrate! Celebrate like it's done! This is the real you. What could you make happen this year if you operated from this state right now? Anything you want. Am I wrong? So we're gonna do it one more time, not to flatter me, but because tomorrow I want you to have this not in your head like a memory, but a memory in your body. That you can come back to this feeling when challenges come, because they will come. And you want them to come, because those are the things that are gonna help you grow into who you are meant to be. So, respectfully, I love you. It was a 6 out of 10. Am I wrong? I got a couple more minutes here with you guys. Let's go to a 10. Nick, turn that music up a little bit more. It's a 1. This is your life. It's a 2. This is your life. Who's ready? You ready? It's a 1. It's a 2. It's a 3. Let me hear it.